I used to think money stress meant I was bad with money. But a lot of the time, the real problem is not money. It is the system. And that is the first thing Ramit Sethi changes in me. He does not start with guilt. He does not start with tiny cuts and sad coffee rules. He starts with a bigger question. What kind of rich life do I actually want? That line matters because most people are not broken. They are just using a bad plan. What I like about this book is that it feels calm, not scary. It says I do not need to track every penny forever. I need a setup that works in the background. And once I saw that, money felt less like a test and more like a tool. Here is the deeper point. If I keep waiting to feel ready, I may never start. So the book pushes me to build a money system that does the work for me. The first big idea is simple. Money should support my life, not run it. Ramit calls this a rich life, but he does not mean flashy stuff for everyone. He means I should spend big on what I love and cut hard on what I do not care about. That part hits me because I used to treat all spending as equal. It is not. A meal with friends can matter more to me than 5 random apps I forget I have. This is where the book feels different. Most money advice says, stop buying fun things. Ramit says, be honest about what matters. That is a huge shift. I think this is where people breathe again. Instead of a cruel budget, I make choices. I do not need to feel bad for every joy. I just need to stop wasting money on things that do not add value. That is conscious spending, and it makes money feel more human. The next thing Ramit teaches is that most money problems are behavior problems. That sounds simple, but I think it is very true. A lot of people know they should save. They know they should invest. They know they should stop ignoring their bills. But knowing is not the same as doing. When life feels busy, money gets pushed aside. Then fear grows. Then people avoid it more. That loop is the trap. What I like here is the focus on friction. If a money task feels hard, I will avoid it. If it feels easy, I will repeat it. So the book keeps asking, how do I make the good choice the easy choice? Here's the weird part. You do not need more guilt to change. You need less friction. That is why this book feels so practical to me. It understands that tired people need systems, not shame. And honestly, that is the kind of advice that actually sticks. Before Ramit talks about investing, he wants the basics in place. And I think that order matters. He talks about banking, credit cards, fees, and cash flow. Not because those things are exciting, because those things quietly shape everything else. If money leaks out through fees, bad accounts, or late payments, it is harder to grow. If I use credit cards well, they can help me. If I use them badly, they can hurt me fast. What stands out to me is how beginner-friendly this feels. He does not act like I need to become a finance expert. He just wants me to stop making money harder than it needs to be. So the simple rule is this: get the foundation right first. Use low-fee accounts. Pay on time. Keep cash flow clear. Then the rest gets easier. That may sound boring, but boring is good when it saves stress. A strong base gives me room to grow without panic. This is the part of the book that really carries it. Automate everything. I think this idea is powerful because it removes willpower from the job. And willpower is a shaky friend. Some days I have it, some days I do not. Ramit knows that. So he builds a system where money moves by itself. Bills get paid, savings get filled, investing happens, and I still keep money for the life I enjoy. That is the real magic here. I don't need to wake up and make 100 decisions every month. I decide once, set the system, and let it run. That is a huge relief. If I had to sum it up in one line, it would be this: stop trying to be perfect with money and make it automatic. That sounds almost too simple, but simple is the point. When the system is strong, progress becomes quiet. And quiet progress is still progress. That is how people get unstuck without burning out. The last big lesson is that wealth is not just about saving more. It is about building a life with freedom. Ramit keeps pushing the same truth in different ways. Save with purpose. Invest early. Ignore the noise. Focus on the big wins. Do not obsess over tiny money mistakes while missing the choices that truly change your future. That part matters to me because I know how easy it is to get lost in details and still not move forward. If I were starting fresh, I would keep it very simple. First, choose what I care about. Second, build automatic money flows. Third, start investing early and stay steady. That is the core of the book. Not hype, not fear. A clear system. And that is why this book stands out to me. It does not just tell me to be smarter, it gives me a way to act. If I want more book ideas made simple, subscribe to the 5-Minute Shelf. For me, this is the kind of money advice that feels calm, useful, and real.